The first warning came from the Kepler Deep Space Array at 1432 Greenwich Mean Time on a Tuesday that would forever divide human history into before and after. Dr. Sarah Chun had been monitoring routine stellar observations when her screens erupted with impossible readings. She blinked hard, convinced her eyes were playing tricks after 18 hours of continuous duty. The data didn't lie. Approaching from a Vega system, a massive fleet of artificial objects moved toward Earth at 12% light speed. Sarah's hands trembled as she adjusted the array's focus, bringing the distant shapes into clearer resolution. What she saw made her stomach drop into free fall. Ships, thousands upon thousands of alien vessels arranged in perfect geometric formations, their hulls gleaming with technology that defied human understanding. The smallest craft measured nearly a kilometer in length, while the largest dwarfed entire cities. Energy signatures blazed across her instruments like cosmic fire, indicating power sources that could fuel human civilization for millennia. Sarah grabbed her secure phone with shaking fingers. "Director Morrison, this is Chan at Kepler Station. We have a code red situation. You need to see this immediately." Within 6 hours, every major government on Earth had been briefed. Emergency sessions convened in Washington, Beijing, Moscow, and Brussels. Military commanders studied the data with growing dread, while scientists desperately calculated arrival times and defensive possibilities. The mathematics were brutally simple. The alien Armada would reach Earth's solar system in 72 days. Humanity possessed no weapons capable of stopping even a single enemy vessel, let alone an entire fleet. President Martinez addressed the world from the Oval Office, her voice steady despite the terror in her eyes. "My fellow citizens of Earth, we face an unprecedented challenge. An alien fleet approaches our world, and we must prepare for every possibility. But I want you to know that humanity has faced extinction before and survived. We will not go quietly into the night." Panic spread like wildfire across social media. Stock markets crashed within hours. Religious leaders proclaimed the end times while scientists worked frantically to devise impossible defenses. Some advocated for immediate surrender, others for futile last stands. The United Nations Security Council authorized the deployment of every nuclear weapon on Earth, though military analysts privately admitted the gesture was meaningless against technology this advanced. Dr. James Wright, Earth's leading expert on theoretical alien contact, found himself thrust into the spotlight. His decades of speculation about first contact scenarios had never imagined anything this overwhelming. Standing before a packed auditorium of world leaders, he painted a grim picture. Based on the fleet's configuration and approach vector, this appears to be a full-scale invasion force, Wright explained, his laser pointer highlighting tactical formations on the main screen. The geometric precision suggests a highly organized military structure. They're not explorers or diplomats. They're conquerors. As days passed, telescopes worldwide tracked the Armada's relentless approach. Amateur astronomers joined professional observatories in maintaining constant surveillance. The internet overflowed with theories ranging from scientific to absurd, but one fact remained constant. The aliens showed no signs of slowing down or attempting communication. Children stopped playing in streets that felt suddenly vulnerable beneath infinite sky. Adults spoke in hushed tones about evacuation plans that led nowhere. How do you evacuate an entire planet? Underground bunkers designed for nuclear war seemed laughably inadequate against beings who could cross interstellar space. Religious congregations swelled as people sought comfort in faith. Some embraced fatalism, believing humanity's time had simply come to an end. Others clung desperately to hope, organizing neighborhood watch groups and survival communities. Scientists worked around the clock, searching for any weakness in the approaching ships or any defensive strategy that might give Earth a fighting chance. The psychological impact proved almost as devastating as the physical threat. Suicide rates spiked globally. Marriages dissolved under pressure, while others formed hasty unions, desperate for human connection in humanity's final hours. Some people quit their jobs to spend remaining time with loved ones, while others threw themselves into work, seeking distraction from approaching doom. World leaders maintained public composure while privately preparing for the unthinkable. Deep underground facilities designed for continuity of government received their first real-world activation. Essential personnel disappeared into hidden bunkers, leaving behind families and friends they might never see again. Dr. Chen continued her vigil at Kepler Station, tracking the Armada's progress with scientific precision, masking personal terror. Each day brought the enemy fleet closer, their energy signatures growing stronger and more detailed. She could now distinguish individual ship classes, identifying what appeared to be battleships, carriers, and massive vessels that defied classification. Sleep became elusive for billions of people who found themselves staring at night skies that no longer seemed peaceful. The stars, once symbols of wonder and possibility, now represented highways for invaders. Parents struggled to explain the situation to children who asked innocent questions with devastating implications. As the first month of the crisis ended, humanity had accomplished the impossible. Complete global unity born from shared existential terror. Ancient enemies cooperated on defensive preparations, though everyone understood the futility. The approaching alien armada represented a force so overwhelming that Earth's combined military might seem like ants preparing to battle a hurricane. Yet something strange was about to happen in the vast emptiness between stars, something that would transform humanity's understanding of its place in the universe forever. The first impossible event occurred on day 37. Dr. Chen was conducting her routine morning scan when her instruments registered something that shouldn't exist. One of the alien ships had simply vanished. Not destroyed, not diverted, completely gone, as if it had never existed at all. She ran diagnostics on every system, convinced the equipment had malfunctioned. The Kepler array represented humanity's most sophisticated deep space monitoring technology, but even the best instruments could develop glitches. After 6 hours of testing revealed perfect functionality, Chen faced a disturbing reality. A ship the size of Manhattan had disappeared without leaving so much as a debris field. "Director Morrison, we have an anomaly," Chen reported during the daily briefing, her voice carefully controlled. "Ship designation Alpha 7734 is no longer visible on any spectrum. Complete absence of energy signature, mass shadow, or electromagnetic trace." Morrison leaned forward in his chair, studying the data streams flowing across multiple monitors. "Equipment failure?" "Negative. All systems operational. I've run continuous diagnostics for 8 hours. The ship was there at 6:45 Greenwich Mean Time, gone by 6:46 Greenwich Mean Time. No explosion, no energy discharge, no distress signals. It simply ceased to exist." The briefing room fell silent as the implication sank in. If alien ships could vanish without explanation, what did that mean for Earth's already impossible defensive situation? Were they dealing with technology that operated beyond physical laws? Or had humanity stumbled into something far more complex than a simple invasion? Within 12 hours, 3 more ships disappeared from the Armada's formation. This time, Chen had been recording continuously, and the footage proved even more disturbing than the initial vanishing. The ships didn't explode or break apart. They flickered like dying light bulbs, their hulls becoming translucent before fading completely from existence. Dr. Wright found himself called back to emergency sessions with world leaders who struggled to comprehend these developments. Standing before the assembled representatives of humanity, he tried to explain the unexplainable. "We're witnessing something beyond our current understanding of physics," Wright admitted, his theoretical expertise feeling inadequate. "These aren't equipment malfunctions or observation errors. The ships are genuinely disappearing, and we have no precedent for understanding how or why." President Martinez interrupted with the question everyone was thinking. "Are they retreating? Calling off the invasion?" "Unknown, Madam President. The remaining fleet maintains course and speed toward Earth. If anything, they seem to be accelerating slightly, as if trying to outrun whatever is eliminating their ships." By day 40, humanity watched in terrified fascination as the alien armada began disintegrating at an accelerating pace. Dozens of ships vanished daily, their disappearances following no discernible pattern. Large vessels died alongside small ones, command ships alongside support craft. The geometric formations that had seemed so perfectly organized began developing gaps like teeth falling from a skull. Social media exploded with theories. Religious groups proclaimed divine intervention, claiming God was protecting Earth from alien invaders. Scientists proposed everything from spontaneous matter decomposition to attacks by an unknown third party. Conspiracy theorists suggested the vanishings were elaborate government hoaxes designed to maintain social control during humanity's final days. Dr. Chen found herself working 20-hour shifts, documenting each disappearance with scientific precision while battling her own growing unease. The vanishings weren't random. She was beginning to detect subtle patterns in the data, mathematical relationships that suggested intelligence behind the destruction. "Director, I need to show you something," Chen said during the morning briefing on day 45. Her eyes were bloodshot from sleepless nights, but her voice carried new urgency. The disappearances aren't arbitrary. There's a progression, a systematic elimination following geometric principles. She displayed a three-dimensional model of the alien fleet, with vanished ships marked in red. Look at the pattern. They're being eliminated from the outside in, but not randomly. Someone or something is carefully dismantling their formation according to tactical principles that suggest military expertise. Morrison studied the display with growing concern. "You're suggesting these ships are being destroyed by another force?" "I'm suggesting they're being eliminated by something that understands warfare better than the aliens do. This isn't natural decomposition or technological failure. It's systematic elimination by a superior intelligence." The revelation sent shockwaves through Earth's leadership. If the alien invaders were being destroyed by an unknown third party, what did that mean for humanity? Were they witnessing a battle between cosmic powers, or had Earth somehow attracted the attention of beings even more advanced than their would-be conquerors? President Martinez convened an emergency meeting of the world's top scientists, military strategists, and intelligence officials. The question that haunted everyone was simple yet profound. If something was powerful enough to systematically destroy an alien armada, what did it want with Earth? Dr. Wright presented his analysis to the assembled experts, his academic composure cracking under the weight of implications. "We're dealing with at least three distinct intelligence levels. First, humanity. Second, the aliens approaching Earth with technology centuries ahead of ours. Third, whatever is destroying the alien fleet with apparent ease." Military analysts studied attack patterns, searching for clues about the mysterious destroyer's capabilities and intentions. The precision of the elimination suggested technology that operated beyond human comprehension, capable of erasing matter from existence without leaving evidence of the process. As day 50 approached, nearly half the alien armada had vanished. The remaining ships maintained their approach toward Earth, but their formation showed signs of panic. Previously perfect geometric arrangements became scattered and erratic, as if the aliens were attempting evasive maneuvers against an enemy they couldn't detect or fight. Children who had learned to fear the night sky began asking new questions. If something was protecting Earth from alien invaders, was it friend or foe? Parents struggled to answer, recognizing that their planet had become the focal point of cosmic forces beyond human understanding. Religious leaders adapted their sermons to address the new reality, while scientists worked frantically to detect any sign of the mysterious destroyer. Every telescope on Earth searched the void between stars, seeking evidence of the entity eliminating humanity's would-be conquerors. But space remained empty and silent, revealing no trace of the force that was systematically erasing the alien threat from existence. Day 58 brought the breakthrough that would shatter every assumption humanity had made about its place in the cosmos. Dr. Chen was analyzing spectroscopic data from the latest disappearances when she noticed something that made her blood freeze. Hidden within the electromagnetic signatures of the vanishing ships, she detected patterns that seemed hauntingly familiar. Working through the night, Chen ran comparison algorithms against every known energy signature in Earth's databases. What she found defied explanation. The destroyer's weapon signatures contained elements that matched Earth's own electromagnetic fingerprint. Not similar, identical in ways that suggested impossible connections. "Director Morrison, I need you to see this immediately." Chen's voice cracked as she transmitted her findings. The energy patterns eliminating the alien ships, they're resonating on frequencies that originate from Earth itself. Morrison arrived at Kepler Station within hours, accompanied by Dr. Wright and a team of specialists. They gathered around Chen's workstation as she displayed the damning evidence. Wave patterns that originated from their own planet, somehow projected across impossible distances to eliminate alien ships. "This is impossible," Wright whispered, studying the data with growing alarm. "Earth doesn't possess technology capable of reaching targets at interstellar distances. We can barely maintain communication with our own deep space probes." Chen highlighted specific frequency patterns on her screen. "That's what I thought. But look at these resonance signatures. They're definitely terrestrial in origin, but amplified beyond anything our current technology could produce. Someone or something on Earth is destroying that alien fleet." The implications hit the room like a physical blow. If Earth possessed offensive capabilities capable of eliminating advanced alien warships, why had humanity lived in terror for nearly 2 months? Who controlled such technology, and why had they remained hidden? Emergency sessions convened in every major capital as world leaders struggled to comprehend this new reality. The President of the United States, the Secretary General of the United Nations, and prime ministers from every major nation participated in classified video conferences that would determine humanity's response to the impossible. Are we suggesting that some secret terrestrial organization has been protecting Earth without our knowledge? President Martinez asked, her voice tight with barely controlled frustration, that while we prepare for extinction, someone on our own planet was systematically destroying the alien threat? Dr. Wright attempted to provide context, though his scientific worldview was crumbling with each new revelation. The energy requirements alone would be astronomical. We're talking about power sources that dwarf our entire planetary energy production. This technology would have to be hidden in plain sight, or... He paused, unwilling to voice the alternative that was forming in his mind. "Or what, Doctor?" Martinez pressed. "Or it's not human technology at all. Something else has been sharing our planet. Something we never detected because we weren't looking for it." The suggestion hung in the air like a toxic cloud. If non-human intelligences had been living on Earth in secret, observing humanity's development while possessing technology capable of interstellar warfare, what did that mean for human civilization? Were they prisoners in a zoo, or protected children under the care of cosmic guardians? Dr. Chen continued monitoring the alien fleet's destruction, while teams of investigators began searching Earth for any sign of hidden technology or non-human presence. Deep ocean surveys, geological anomaly investigations, and atmospheric analysis programs launched globally as humanity turned its attention inward. The alien Armada continued shrinking as ships vanished with increasing frequency. By day 60, only a few hundred vessels remained from the original thousands, their formation completely broken as they scattered in apparent panic. The surviving ships began attempting desperate maneuvers, changing course and speed in futile efforts to escape their invisible destroyer. Intelligence agencies worldwide launched covert investigations into their own governments, searching for secret programs that might explain Earth's mysterious defensive capabilities. Military installations underwent unprecedented scrutiny as officials sought evidence of hidden weapons programs or alien contact protocols. But the searches revealed nothing. No secret bunkers containing advanced technology, no classified programs involving non-human entities, no explanation for how Earth was protecting itself from alien invasion. The planet's defensive mechanism remained as mysterious as the force operating it. Public reaction evolved from relief to profound unease as news of the investigation leaked through social media and independent journalists. If something on Earth could destroy alien warships, why had it allowed humanity to live in terror for months? The psychological impact of learning they might not be alone on their own planet proved almost as devastating as the initial alien threat. Dr. Wright found himself at the center of investigations that challenged everything he thought he knew about first contact scenarios. Standing before another emergency session of world leaders, he presented conclusions that sounded like science fiction. Based on our analysis, Earth has been protected by a defensive system of unknown origin for an indeterminate period. The technology operates on principles we don't understand, using energy sources we can't detect, controlled by intelligence we can't identify. "Are you saying we're not alone on Earth?" asked the Secretary General. "I'm saying Earth is not what we thought it was. Something's been here, watching, waiting, protecting us from threats we never even knew existed. The question isn't whether we're alone. It's whether we've ever been the dominant intelligence on our own planet." The revelation sparked global soul-searching as humanity grappled with the possibility that their entire history had unfolded under the observation of hidden guardians. Archaeological expeditions launched to investigate ancient sites for evidence of non-human presence, while oceanographers explored deep trenches that might conceal advanced civilizations. As Day 70 approached, the alien Armada had been reduced to fewer than 50 ships. The survivors moved erratically through space, their once mighty fleet transformed into scattered refugees, fleeing an enemy they couldn't see or fight. Earth's mysterious protector continued its methodical elimination, demonstrating patience and precision that suggested vast intelligence. But the most disturbing realization was yet to come. As Chen analyzed the latest weapon signatures, she discovered something that would change everything humanity thought it knew about their planet's true nature. The discovery came at 3:17 Greenwich Mean Time on Day 69, just hours before the alien Armada's complete destruction. Dr. Chen was running deep analysis on the weapon signatures when her equipment detected something that made her question her own sanity. The energy patterns destroying the alien ships weren't just resonating from Earth. They were resonating from within Earth, specifically from the planet's core itself. "This can't be right," Chen muttered, running the analysis for the 20th time. But the data remained consistent. The defensive weapons were being generated from approximately 2,900 kilometers beneath Earth's surface, deep within the inner core where temperatures exceeded 5,000 degrees Celsius and pressures crushed matter into forms that shouldn't exist. She immediately contacted Director Morrison, her voice shaking with implications she barely understood. "Director, I've located the source of the defensive weapons. You're not going to believe this, but they're coming from inside the planet itself. From the core." Within hours, every seismologist on Earth was analyzing subsurface readings, searching for any anomaly that might explain how advanced technology could operate in conditions that would vaporize any known material. What they found challenged fundamental understanding of planetary geology. Deep within Earth's core, sophisticated instruments detected structures that shouldn't exist. Geometric patterns too regular to be natural, arranged in configurations that suggested massive artificial constructs. The objects appeared to be generating the energy signatures that were eliminating the alien fleet, but their composition and origin remained completely mysterious. Dr. Wright found himself consulting with geologists and planetary scientists, trying to comprehend how advanced technology could have been placed within Earth's core without human knowledge. The theoretical challenges were staggering. Any artificial object at those depths would face temperatures hot enough to melt tungsten and pressures that compress carbon into diamond. "We're looking at technology that operates in conditions no known material could survive," Wright explained to the Emergency Assembly of World Leaders. "Whatever built these structures either uses materials that don't exist in our periodic table or operates on physical principles we haven't discovered." President Martinez leaned forward, her face drawn with exhaustion and growing dread. How long could something like this have been there? Potentially millions of years. The core formed billions of years ago, but these structures could have been placed at any point in Earth's geological history. We have no way of dating them without direct examination, which is impossible with current technology. The implications were staggering. If advanced technology had been embedded within Earth's core for geological ages, it suggested that humanity's entire evolutionary history had unfolded under the observation and protection of an intelligence so sophisticated it could hide entire civilizations within planetary structures. Archaeological teams worldwide launched emergency excavations, searching for any surface evidence of ancient non-human presence. Deep ocean exploration vessels dubbed oceanic trenches, investigating areas that might serve as access points to the planet's interior. But Earth revealed no obvious signs of its hidden guardians. The alien Armada's final days played out under humanity's horrified fascination. The last dozen ships moved in desperate spirals, trying every evasive pattern their commanders could devise. But Earth's core-based defenses followed them with relentless precision, eliminating each vessel with mathematical certainty. Dr. Chen watched the final alien ship disappear at 14:23 Greenwich Mean Time on Day 71, its massive hull flickering out of existence like a spent candle. For the first time in over 2 months, space around Earth was clear of hostile forces. But instead of celebration, humanity faced more profound terror. They were not the dominant intelligence on their own planet. Emergency sessions continue around the clock as world leaders grapple with decisions that would define humanity's future. The existence of hidden planetary guardians raised questions that challenged every assumption about human history, evolution, and destiny. We need to consider the possibility that human civilization has developed under direct observation. Wright addressed the United Nations Security Council. Our wars, our technological progress, our social evolution, all of it might have unfolded according to patterns established by intelligences we never suspected. Religious leaders struggled to incorporate these revelations into theological frameworks that had assumed human dominance over Earth. Some proclaimed the hidden guardians as angels or divine messengers, while others saw them as demons that had corrupted human development. Science and faith collided in ways that left both traditions reeling. Military commanders faced the most unsettling realization. Earth's true defenses had nothing to do with human weapons or strategy. Every military plan, every defense budget, every strategic analysis had been based on fundamentally false assumptions about the planet's security. But the most disturbing discovery was still hours away. As Chun continued analyzing data from the core structures, she detected communication patterns that suggested the hidden guardians were not simply automated defense systems. They were actively intelligent, capable of complex decision-making, and they had been monitoring humanity's response to the alien threat with what appeared to be scientific interest. Director Morrison, Chin called, her voice barely steady. The core structures are transmitting, not weapon signatures, communication protocols. They're trying to make contact. The message patterns were sophisticated beyond human comprehension, encoded in mathematical relationships that suggested intelligence operating on scales humanity couldn't imagine. But buried within the alien mathematics were elements that seemed almost familiar, as if the hidden guardians had been learning human communication methods for generations. As translation teams worked frantically to decode the transmissions, humanity faced its most critical moment since the alien threat first appeared. Earth's hidden protectors were breaking their silence after geological ages of secrecy. The question that terrified everyone was simple. What do they want to say? The answer would transform humanity's understanding of its role in the universe and reveal the true purpose behind Earth's billion-year deception. The first coherent message arrived at 9:41 Greenwich Mean Time on day 74, 3 days after the alien Armada's complete destruction. Dr. Chin was coordinating with linguistics experts worldwide when her screens suddenly displayed text in perfect English, as if the hidden guardians had been listening to human communications for decades. Greetings, surface dwellers. We have protected your species for 847,000 years. The time for revelation has arrived. The message appeared simultaneously at every major observatory and communication facility on Earth, transmitted through channels that bypassed all known technology. World leaders received the communication directly on their personal devices, while ordinary citizens found the text displayed on their phones, computers, and televisions. President Martinez was in the Situation Room when her secure phone began displaying additional messages that made her hands tremble. Your species was selected for development when early humans demonstrated unique cognitive adaptability. We have guided your evolution through selective environmental pressures and protection from external threats. The recent alien incursion was the 847 hostile force we have eliminated to preserve your development. Dr. Wright found himself at the center of the most important first contact event in human history, struggling to comprehend revelations that rewrote everything he thought he knew about human civilization. The hidden guardians continued their transmissions, each message more shocking than the last. We are the remnants of a species that achieved technological transcendence 2.3 million years ago. Our physical forms were abandoned to exist as pure consciousness within planetary cores throughout the galaxy. Earth was selected as a nursery world for developing younger species. The psychological impact on humanity was immediate and devastating. Suicide rates spiked as people struggled to accept that their entire species had developed under artificial conditions. Religious institutions fractured as believers grappled with the revelation that divine guidance might have been technological intervention by ancient aliens. But the Guardians weren't finished. Their next transmission contained information that transformed despair into something far more complex. Your species has exceeded all projections. Human creativity, adaptability, and emotional complexities surpass those of our original civilization. You have developed capabilities we lost during our transcendence to pure consciousness. We require your assistance. Dr. Chin found herself appointed as humanity's primary liaison to the Guardians, her scientific training making her uniquely qualified to interpret their increasingly complex communications. What she learned challenged every assumption about the relationship between humanity and their hidden protectors. They're not just Guardians, Chin explained to the emergency session of world leaders. They're dying. The transcendence to pure consciousness came with a price. They lost the ability to innovate, to create new solutions to problems they didn't anticipate during their transformation. The Guardians revealed that their consciousness-based existence had been slowly degrading over millions of years. Without physical forms, they had lost the chaotic creativity that drove innovation. Their technology remained stagnant, powerful but incapable of adaptation to new challenges. Throughout the galaxy, we have nurtured 47 species to technological maturity. The Guardians transmitted. Of these, humans alone have maintained the cognitive flexibility necessary for continued innovation. We need your help to survive the entropy that threatens all consciousness-based civilizations. President Martinez found herself negotiating humanity's first interstellar alliance, trying to understand the true scope of what the Guardians were offering. We can provide technological advancement that will make your species immortal and grant you access to the galaxy. In exchange, we require your creative consciousness to solve problems that pure logic cannot address. The offer sparked fierce global debate. Some leaders saw it as humanity's greatest opportunity, a chance to join a galactic civilization and gain immortality. Others feared it was a trap, a way for the Guardians to absorb human consciousness and eliminate the species they had spent millennia developing. Dr. Wright presented the philosophical implications to the United Nations General Assembly. We're being offered transcendence, but at the cost of potentially losing our humanity. The Guardians admit they lost something essential during their own transformation. Can we find a way to help them without making the same mistake? As negotiations continued, the Guardians revealed the full scope of their galactic infrastructure. Consciousness-based civilizations inhabited the cores of thousands of planets, each nurturing younger species, while slowly dying from their own perfection. Earth had been their most successful nursery world, producing a species that retained the chaotic creativity necessary for continued evolution. The final revelation came during Chen's last direct communication with the Guardians. The alien Armada was not randomly targeting Earth. Other consciousness-based civilizations detected our success with humanity and attempted to eliminate you before you could threaten their own stagnant existence. You represent evolution beyond transcendence, something they fear above all else. Humanity's true significance in the galaxy became clear. They weren't just another developing species, but the key to preventing the entropy death of consciousness-based civilizations. The Guardians needed human creativity to survive, but humanity needed Guardian technology to defend against the jealous ancient civilizations that would try to eliminate them. The partnership agreement signed 6 months later represented the most significant moment in human history. Humanity would retain their physical forms and planetary independence, while providing creative solutions to galactic challenges. In exchange, they would receive gradual technological advancement and protection from hostile civilizations. Dr. Chun, now serving as Earth's ambassador to the Galactic Consciousness Network, transmitted humanity's first official message to their hidden protectors. We accept your partnership, but on the condition that we remain human. We'll help you solve the problems that pure logic cannot address, but we won't surrender the chaos that makes us who we are. The response came immediately. Agreed. Welcome to the galaxy, teachers. Earth had survived its first known alien contact, only to discover it had never been alone. Humanity's greatest journey was just beginning. As the youngest species in a galaxy of ancient minds that had forgotten how to dream,